Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more Shin Megami Tensei 5. Pharaoh Fiasco here. This time, we're ready for her. I think... Hold on one moment.
Here.
What was she? She was weak to Mudo, and I neglected to put any Mudo skills on us. Not sure how I forgot to put Mudo skills on us. Oh, man. Alright, let's see if we can still do this, though. 127. Okay, so far so good. We've gained more levels. We just can't hurt her. Yeah, we're good against Fizz. Actually, the only thing we're weak to is Zahn. But she definitely hates us, specifically. Which makes a lot of sense, but... Got her. Bishamonten will actually use Mataru Kaja this time. Make everybody a little stronger. When it comes back around to us, we're gonna Masukunda. See if she can't go ahead and miss out a little bit. And then let's double up on that. And I think instead of attacking, we'll have Malik try to facilitate some speedier death here. Let's go for the Marakunda. Dang, Malik is tall?
Take this!
Uh-oh.
Take this!
Definitely need to heal ourselves. But luckily... Dark Shard. Nice. Still a pretty respectable amount of damage. We will actually bead. Diam Rita would probably be a better option, but nobody has Diam Rita, so... And he will actually double up on the Marakunda. Since we have no skills that we can use at the moment. Okay, cool. We've got a bunch of dark gems. 320. Bishamonten can finally go back on the full offensive. Though I do think we've got somebody with Fizz block. That'll probably be even better, honestly. Black Draco Strike, get some. And now she's gonna go back in on our life. Light's Descent. We resist that. Dang. Alright. That's fine. Malik, you did a good job. He's actually got Black Draco Strike. Pazuzu's got Mamudo on. And isn't weak to light. Okay, completely blocks light. Yadagarasu's got Fizz block, but it can't really help us any other way. We can have Baihu.
Your turn, go!
It'll just be supporting us for the most part. Everybody else will be able to go back on attack. Black Draco Strike. And now Baihu is going to Ox Bezoar us. As long as we can keep our own HP totals good, How's about another Masukunda? Even though it hasn't really done anything for us just yet. And then next turn, we'll be able to have Baihu, Samarakarm, Moloch.
Be gone!
Uh-oh.
I am the divine sword of God.
Okay. The Pierce armor, potentially problematic. We'll just keep hammering away.
Take
Dang,
this.
maybe bringing out Yatagarasu would have been good. Well, we're about to have to worry about what's going on with Bishamonten's SP. Not Sibylle, though. Sibylle is still definitely good stuff. Items, or skills, rather. First, we will Mataru Kaja, actually, just to keep everybody's buff live. Then we will... I'm not going to Miracle Water. How much would a Lifestone recover? Not a whole lot. Expozoer.
This'll do.
It's just because we'll be taking so much hate. It'd be nice if one of her attacks could friggin' miss, but probably not going to get that lucky. Alright, and now you can Samarakarm Moloch.
There.
Another Dark Sword. Gathering nearby Magatsuhi. So it'll either be Light's Descent, or no, it'll probably be Maragidine, right? So as long as we make sure that everybody is good to fire, then we'll be safe for the most part.
Take this.
Gotcha. 322. Another Mudo. We'll probably have to dip into our SP recovery. But for Bishamonten? Well, I guess I shouldn't think of it as being for Bishamonten. I should think of it as being to kill her. Alright. Now let's get Moloch back out.
Let's go.
Now Moloch is gonna Marakunda when its turn comes up. Okay, we're gonna have to Masukunda. Whew. Items. Fire dampener. Only having one of those was definitely a massive oversight on my part. And you've got to keep it going with a Marakunda.
You think you
There
can
we go.
escape?
Nope. F out of here with that. And our Dark Gems.
Take
7
this.
left. We've got her at less than half health, though. Once she's in the red, we should... One good turn where everybody's laying into her should work in our favor. Black Draco Strike, get some. And Moloch will be able to assist. Alright. Next turn, what we're going to do is crit
Take this.
and then see if we can take her down. He's going to keep our Mataru Kaja alive. 0 SP. Not ideal at all. And Moloch, one Black Draco Strike. We should have barely enough for him to, yep, 2 more rounds. In fact, 56 should be exactly it. No, 52 would be exactly it.
Heaven's judgment.
Yeah, if that wasn't curtains for him. Let's change out. Bring Yoshitsune into the fray. Bishamonten. Not a chakra pod, especially not at this point in the fight. Alright, so we're gonna have to wait one additional turn, one more turn than I thought we were going to have to. But he did get the damage up. Nice. We actually probably could have ended it this turn. Oh well. Ooh, you know what would be crazy? If we missed and then she killed us next turn. I've spoken it into existence. No. Good. But we do need to heal. Okay, yeah, and Ambrosia will be fine.
Take this.
Cool. And our defense isn't downed anymore, so... Yeah, this Fizz resist. Exactly what the doctor ordered. And then this turn should be the last. So let's do Pierce. All attacks from all allies will pierce for 1 turn.
You ready?
We need critical to secure it. But yeah, I think this fight definitely went on for 1 turn longer than it could have. If I'd done this last turn, we'd have had enough damage to beat her. But that's okay. A win's a win. 439. A Mudoon, and I doubt she'll even get past our first round of turns. Yep, there it is. Alright, so hopefully Abdiel learns her lesson about trying to mess with us. Disrespecting you in front of everybody.
Impossible. How could I have fallen?
You let us get this strong.
So this is the power meant for us. Not bad, Nahobino. God was right to be afraid.
All she did was advertise how strong we were. Yeah.
Perhaps I, too, will seek out my old knowledge. And so were our ties to Bethel severed. When we next meet, it shall be as adversaries. May none be so foolish as to cross me. I must inform Lord Shiver of this new development. Well, I'm done.
Well, is that what you
All
wanted?
have forsaken us for their own selfish gain.
Loyal to the end. Ooh, is Koshimizu or Tsukuyomi gonna get her out of
Does
here?
this please you, Tsukuyomi? To see demonkind fall to chaos? To see all that Bethel has struggled for, scattered?
I truly couldn't be more satisfied.
Right.
Entrusting this beautiful world to such a vain despot was always a mistake.
Everybody always has so much slander ready to go for
We
God.
shall establish a new world order. One where countless gods can freely illumine the horizon. As for you, Abdiel, may you find your home in heaven.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, Ichido is gonna go crawling to her. So now are they going to, they're going to try to become Nahobino, or at least Odin is.
By the way,
I'd like to discuss our next move and our plan for the general future. Come speak to me in the conference room later. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is save. Even though even though that fight actually went pretty smoothly for us, we still don't want any shenanigans to arise. All we had to do was be super... Oop, nope, that's the wrong way. Wait, no, it's not. What am I talking about? All we had to do was be super duper prepared and we were good to go. Those 3 new levels certainly didn't help, certainly didn't hurt either.
Now then, I will go over our plans once more.
Is there a new area to explore?
As I stated earlier, the Japanese branch will become its own entity, separate from Bethel. And in order to save Tokyo, we are going to take God's throne.
Are you okay with that, Ichido?
If there's anything you aren't clear on, now would be the time to ask. Regarding the War of the Gods, the Empyrean, the throne, or perhaps creation itself, I will explain in full detail.
Okay, so what is the War of the Gods?
Ever since time out of mind, the gods would do battle for the right to rule the world.
And then YHVH came in, clobbered everybody, and took the throne for himself.
Before the Creator reigned supreme, the throne belonged to Baal, god of the harvest. And even before that, it was held by Ra, the sun god.
Okay, so the Supreme Creator has been different, which is in line with SMT lore.
Every god who assumes the throne obtains its vast power, enough to reshape the world however they see fit. As such, many a god has fallen in pursuit of that power.
And they want it really badly, too.
Regarding the War of the Gods, the Empyrean, the throne of creation lies at the pinnacle of Empyrean heaven, or simply the Empyrean, as it has become known.
Are we going to go to heaven? That would definitely be a first.
That is where the Creator would be now, were he not ousted by Lucifer, as was claimed.
They keep saying it as if it's not legit. But since this is definitely a direct continuation of Nocturne, and like I said last episode, very likely the true demon ending, that's gotta be what happened.
Considering our fusion into a Nahobino, the claim is likely valid.
Yep, the Demi-Fiend's war against God was successful.
Only Nahobino are allowed in the Empyrean's sacred space. As such, none have entered thus far.
So we're about to head on over then.
But you, however, can. Do not fear, I won't let you go it alone. I intend to become a Nahobino as well.
That's probably what he was talking with Yuzuru about. He wants Yuzuru to be his human counterpart. And then Abdiel is probably going to become a Nahobino with Ichido.
Regarding the War of the Gods, the Empyrean, the throne, or perhaps creation itself, I will explain in full detail. The throne of creation exists to prove one's dominion over the earth. Whoever assumes the throne may determine the world's laws and inner workings, much like how the Creator established his own order. Before the Creator, many other gods fought viciously over the throne, and hence the right to rule the world.
They just wanted all that praise and adoration to be at the top. That seems to be their main drive, their main motivation.
And in order to save Tokyo, we must do the same. Regarding the War of the Gods, the Empyrean, a Nahobino is a god in the fullest, or truest sense. Our original form, if you will.
So there's divinity incarnate in mankind as well. Interesting.
In ancient times, we were all Nahobino. But when the Creator took the throne, he demanded there be no other gods before him, and diabolized us all.
That's straight out of the Bible, isn't it? Oh my gosh. But yes, YHVH is a jealous god, that is for sure.
He accomplished this by spiriting our knowledge away. Without the knowledge needed to shape a functioning world, we ceased to be divine, and were left to contend with our fallen nature.
So all other gods aside from YHVH are fallen in a sense?
Our knowledge was sealed within the Garden of Eden. Mortals soon ate of its fruit, binding all knowledge to their souls and all who came after.
Okay, so Lilith tempted Eve, and from Eve came us.
Ever since the fall of man, demons have vied to steal the souls of humankind and restore their former selves. but they were doomed to fail. Long it was futile to seek out our knowledge and reclaim our former glory. But with Armageddon fulfilled, the rules have yet again changed.
So the conception had to occur for things to get to this point.
Aogami's true name is Susanoo. As proto-fiend, he was created to inherit the Amatsukami's full power. I myself provided the template.
Really? Okay. If I knew more about Japanese lore, this would probably make a whole lot of sense.
And as I've said before, I am Tsukuyomi of the Amatsukami. It is my personal mission to become a Nahobino and rescue Tokyo from the mouth of danger. But to do that, I require your aid.
Your is in ours or yours in Yuzuru's? Because if we end up not agreeing with how he wants to reshape the world, Koshimizu will be in direct competition with us.
Understood. So will he be the one to create the world, being that only the Nahobino can do it?
Oh, I guess that's not what he talked to Yuzuru about.
It could very well end up being him. But what if I were to say that you, Yuzuru Atsuta, also have that potential?
Okay, so he's about to proposition him right now, but then what the heck did they talk about?
I do.
After my time spent observing you, I am all but certain you are the one holding my knowledge.
So, his knowledge. So each person is only compatible with one particular human?
What?
Yes, if you so choose, you too can harness the power of a Nahobino and recreate the world. Will you not do so in service of your home?
But that would mean I'm the same as him?
You sure are.
If I really do have that power, enough to save Tokyo, I'll do it. I'll become a Nahobino.
So does that mean that Ichiro has Abdiel's knowledge?
Your resolve is admirable. Excellent. We now have two Nahobino on our side, Atsuta and you. From here, we strike at Bethel headquarters, then make our way to the Empyrean post-haste.
And is Bethel headquarters in Da'at?
Hey, guys? You think I could be a Nahobino too?
Why not?
My condolences, Dazai, but you do not appear to bear the knowledge of an Amatsukami.
Well, you don't have to just bear the knowledge of an Amatsukami, right? You could bear the knowledge of an African god, a Nordic god, a Greek god, a biblical Judaism god.
Oh.
Don't be disheartened. I sense yet another's knowledge resting within you.
Whose?
No way.
However, only its owner can identify it. So I suggest you stay on guard. A demon may be lying in wait for you.
So I guess that's what the demons were trying to do. They were trying to get to the particular person who had their particular knowledge.
With that said, I must begin investigating a way to reach the Empyrean. I'm fairly certain the secret lies in Ueno, given the density of Bethel's security there. So, I will concentrate our branch's efforts on that.
Alright, so to Ueno we go.
I will contact you the moment I turn up a solid answer. Until then, please bear with me.
So everybody here has that potential.
Listen.
Since you form a Nahobino with Aogami, that is, my brother Susanoo, you two are like family to me. To our mutual success, So I'm Director Koshimizu's. Somehow I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
But if it's really true, then I won't hesitate. Tokyo is my home, and I'll do everything I can to protect it. So does that mean that his sister has Amaterasu's knowledge? Wonder whose knowledge I've got inside me. Does that mean I can be a Nahobino too? Considering we just got a speech that says yes, that's literally the case. I don't know if I'll ever be a Nahobino, but I still want to protect everyone, so I'll fight with all I've got. I'd never be able to do it myself, but Master Abdiel might be able to. I like how she literally just tried to kill us and he's still calling her Master Abdiel. You know, if she had succeeded in taking us down, since you were on...
what do you think I should do now?
Like, he's still calling her Master Abdiel, but if she had succeeded in killing us, he was part of the turn against Bethel team too. She probably would have slaughtered them. Well, she knew that he was Tsukuyomi, so maybe that would have given them some protection. And if she had managed to kill us, then Bethel probably wouldn't have dissolved.
I can't decide anything on my own. I guess I really do need Master Abdiel.
You don't, bro.
Say, do you know where she is?
Considering she just tried to kill us, hopefully she keeled over and died.
Oh, alright, let's go see.
Let's go see? Well, I guess we did just prove that we could clobber her if we needed to, but... So nothing that just happened registered with this kid, huh? I certainly wouldn't go back. I hope we didn't just make like an alignment choice.
Master Abdiel, are you alright?
What if
I lost to the Japanese branch. It no longer matters what happens to me.
That's not true. You're not done yet, Master Abdiel.
So
You saw what happened. Even an archangel is no match for a Nahobino.
But you could also be a Nahobino.
Then maybe you just have to become a Nahobino too. I'll find the human who has your knowledge, and I'll bring them to you.
This guy.
That won't be necessary.
But
They're already here.
So she was so nice to Ichido because she knew that he had...
It is you, Ichiro Dazai. You are my knowledge.
That's why. She knew that all this time.
Me? I'm your knowledge?
Like, I'm wondering if we'd gone the other way.
Wait, that means you can use me to become a Nahobino.
The power of the Nahobino is forbidden. As the Archangel, I must not defy the condemnation.
Come on, live a little.
But if you became a Nahobino, then you could...
Go directly against what we want. He is freaking out. This doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Why the heck would Tsukuyomi allow us...
Hear my voice and take heed, Abdiel.
Are we still here?
Who is that?
If your prayer is indeed for harmony, you must bring that about yourself.
Well, thus spaketh God. But we literally just watched Ichido go to somebody who would be an enemy of ours. Did nothing. We're not even gonna snitch on him to... Okay, well. I really feel like we're giving him way too much leeway. Like, it's kind of messed up, but we probably should kill Ichido. No. Okay. Or maybe it was just... I really do feel like if we had left out the other way, we would have seen a scene with Yuzuru and Koshimizu, but...
Can you hear me?
Tao. Okay. So she's not really dead, which I'm not surprised about. Sahori, 10,000% dead. Tao, definitely not.
Oh, thank goodness. Listen, we need to talk. It's serious.
I'm sure.
But I can't really tell you here. Would you mind meeting me on the roof? I'll go on ahead.
Huh. It seems like we're very unsurprised. Even though I guess we could have answered in a surprised way. We can go into Joeen High School, but why would we? It's the Joeen dorms that we want. The roof. Seriously though, Ichido was... We know he's about to become a problem. Wait, she's just there in her regular body? We saw her get got though.
Sorry, I just showed up out of nowhere.
And the way she's speaking, even in person.
Yes, but not in the way you might think.
How so?
The Tao Isanokami you knew did die.
So what are you?
But her soul was reborn by a power beyond description, forming who I am now.
Was it YHVH?
As the goddess of creation, my new purpose is to guide the Nahobino to his throne.
Ha. Okay. So she's Amaterasu then.
Take a good look. Tokyo is fading like the setting sun. Its time is almost up. Before it's too late, I want you to reach the Empyrean and recreate the world. You risked your life for me and Sahori without even a moment's hesitation. To us, you're a true savior, and in every sense of the word. What power I have shall be yours. And together, we can forge a new future.
Okay.
Until then, will you let me fight at your side? That's all I ask of you.
Hesitate or nod. Let's hesitate.
Oh, are you worried about me? Listen, I can fight off a demon or two on my own. So you have nothing to fear.
Alright, well, works for me.
We both know God's miracle is dissipating. Tokyo, and everyone in it, will vanish without a trace. If this stirs your heart even a little, make for the throne and create a new world, one according to your vision. And to foster that, I'll escort you to Dot, where the path to the Empyrean lies.
Are we going to be able to fuse her, I wonder? Okay. So the final area, Suiki, one of the 4 Oni controlled by Fujiwara no Chikara. But is she going to guide us around, or is this like a pseudo Nahobino thing? Either way, she's the goddess of creation, huh? I don't know much about Amaterasu, but I did see that there was a slight shining around her. All right.
A new realm of Dot lies before us. One that leads to the Empyrean.
The path to the Empyrean. It has also been called the Temple of Eternity.
Honestly, I thought we were going to end up in the Garden of Eden.
Long before the first human being, the entity who oversaw this world created a bridge to the throne. However, Bethel headquarters has hidden the keys to access it, and so the path remains closed.
Okay, so we're going to need to get our hands on these keys then.
There are 3 keys in total. It used to be that Bethel guarded them for safekeeping, but now the branches that possess them think only of their own gain.
So we're going to have to hop to each branch and kill their god and then get ourselves those keys.
So the first thing we need to do is get those keys ourselves. Perhaps a proto-fiend could detect the energy of divine instruments such as these.
I am indeed picking up sources of incredible power. 3 in total. Not to mention hordes of demons around them.
Will we be able to tackle them in any order that we like?
I say we'd better hurry up and find them. I'm sure you can guess how many Nahobino aspirants are after the keys themselves, so keep an eye out.
Again, we just let Ichido go off and then become somebody who will definitely oppose us. Okay, so she's accompanying us once more then. Panagia Tao joined your party. Let's be off then. Oh, that demon.
Hey, it's you! Wow, what are the odds? Seriously.
What is her deal? How did she even get here?
Did something happen? You were acting strangely the last time we met.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. But whatever. I see you've got a different girl with you this time. What's up with that?
She's our friendly friend.
As if a goddess like her could ever replace me. Come on, you know I'm all you really need. Seriously.
Are they genuinely going to give us the option to choose between Panagia Tao and Amano Zako?
Because you and I, we're... never mind. Forget it. Anyways, count me in. Someone's got to keep you out of trouble, right? Totally.
We'll have 2 navigators? Okay. Okay, so she might be... Panagia Tao might be... No, she's in our party. As a demon, Light of Order, Hamaon Megidola Matarunda. Interesting. I wonder what would have happened if we didn't have enough space to get her. Ueno, alright. Drop a save here. Ooh. We didn't get any free healing. Oh well. And Baihu will be fine. So first things first, we have a bunch of... What are they? Yeah. Alright, so there's a few of them. And we want to get over there. So let's start... with this one. We can't see... Ooh, what's flying at us? A Jatayu? No. Yes? No, Jatayu looks different. I don't think that's Horus either. Oh my gosh. There are wild loop Garrows around here? Dang. Uh-oh. Well.
I'd like to ask you something.
Sure thing, buddy boy.
As a Nahobino, we can reach the Empyrean and seat ourselves upon the throne. Doing so will allow you to orchestrate the laws of the universe. In other words, you can manifest an entirely new world. So, should we reach the throne, what exactly do you intend to do?
He's asking us now? Create a world of order, create a world of potential, create a world for humans. Let's say create a world for humans.
I see. Humans are indeed the victims caught in the crossfire between the demons and gods. Perhaps providing them salvation is the correct course of action after all. This is rather strange, though. I feel as if something inside me is driving me forward somehow. It's not the same as the responsibilities that a proto-fiend feels upon creation, either. This is something that developed much later.
Camaraderie? Friendship?
It almost feels like it's come from a place of higher power than Bethel.
Oh, God?
Ah, my apologies for speaking so strangely. Please forgive my nonsense. As always, I know my purpose is to lend you my strength so you can carry out your will. I want to ensure that you create your own destiny without a single regret. For this, I will do anything.
And yeah, definitely we always want to go for the neutral endings. Because, like, who the heck would want to live in a world of order or a world of chaos? Nightmares.
Hey, hey, hey!
Alright, so is it going to be? Yes. But it's an enemy phase. Yeah. I imagine because the other ones, they seem to be going up 15 in levels, so these ones might be level 60. But we'll have to see. And there's wild Hecaton Kyruses around here too. These things should know not to mess with us. They're only like level 40 friggin' 7. Alright. First one here. East side of Ueno Station once packed with motorcycle shops. Vroom vroom. 10 glory. Skipped right over 9. And now each Memon gives us the same as like a small glory crystal. Is there... Is this the building that we started off on? Clothos Essence and a Soma. This dude is fiending for a fight. How do we get up there? Might not be able to. And yeah, I'm fairly certain we came from there, so let's... As long as we keep moving in this direction... Or, hold on. Yeah, we go down here, and then we can swoop over, it looks like. So let's follow this road. Hope you guys get to keep your lives. And this should... Jeez, dude, there's this huge wall. A Fafnir. Or Fenrir. Fafnir? No, it's definitely Fafnir. What the heck is this?
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya?
Interesting. So, I'm not sure if that's a hostile demon. Jeez. 2 in a row. And watch, the Nigimitama's gonna run. God dang. We're gonna run too. Yep, this is not worth fighting. Oh yeah. We're about to get the F out of here. Items. Smoke ball.
Here.
Thank you, Amano Zako. For getting our friggin' Sibylle killed. Items. Or rather, not items. We have to skill. Oh, Light of Order now. Especially now when a Miracle Water is so much cheaper. No. Sibylle, come back to us, please. Though I guess if she's weak to electricity, we don't want her here. Somebody who's good against elect. And also has some decent skills on it. Moloch. Alright, Moloch. Now you... What are you?
I'm sensing something. It's that freaky demon lady you fought a while back.
Oh, Nua is right there. I'm looking at the Rakshasa.
Listen, what do you say we get out of here? Like, right now? Ugh, how can you stay so calm at a a time like this, honestly. Oh, you better be careful, alright? I'm serious. Like, extra super mega ultra careful, okay?
Is she warning us that Nua wants to fight? Halt, I recognize you not. Under whose legion do you serve? This is King Vasuki's base of operations. Until Lord Shiva ceases his austerities, the key shall remain ours. Not even a Nahobino can sway us. So does Nua want to fight?
Ah, the prodigal child himself. Perhaps you could indulge me in a short chat? You needn't worry, I'm alone. You certainly share your humanity with Yakumo. But do you share his beliefs? Do you agree with his aims?
Making a world for... We want to make a world for all humans rather than just strong humans.
A shame. Then you too cannot see beyond his surface.
Wait, you too? Cannot see beyond Yakumo's surface or Shiva's surface?
That man doesn't matter. It's you I have questions for. Which side of this conflict do you stand on? Are you for the humans or the demons?
I suppose I side with the humans, but surely a goddess can be partial to her own creations, even if demoted to demonhood.
And you aim to seize the throne of creation?
Well, as a means to an end, certainly. To take it simply for power's sake would be a touch petty, don't you think?
Well, gods tend to be petty though, so...
Yakumo and I share a vision. It's why I lend him my power and why I strive to see his world come to fruition. Poor Yakumo's zealotry does tend to leave a bad impression. But what nobility in his soul, in his aims.
As far as I can tell, he doesn't even trust his fellow man.
A most shallow appraisal, my dear. Yakumo loves his fellow man perhaps more than any other. He rejects humans who have given up, precisely because he believes in humanity's potential for strength. Do you understand, child?
More so than I did previously. When you phrase it like that, I can see how he might think that that's an admirable aspiration, but... I can understand him.
Yes, I rather thought you might. You and he are alike in many ways.
I don't know, dude. I might be changing the path that I want us to end up on.
Those of the Yakumo family have always been officers of the law, you see. Would-be agents of justice, living to protect the meek.
And I'm guessing something happened to his dad?
His mother was a medium. She helped those tormented by dark spirits. However, one such sufferer was seduced by a demon's promises and slaughtered Yakumo's entire family.
So he was traumatized by demons.
Hate the crime, not the criminal, as they say. But the platitude rings quite hollow when the criminal has no desire, no capacity for redemption. If violence and evil are all they know, all they will ever be, then what can a man of justice do but strike them down? Pretty words have never been enough to save the world.
True.
What are you doing, Nua?
Uh-oh.
Ah, here he is. So ends our idle chat then. Farewell.
Perhaps the will of mankind is stronger than I knew.
So in order to go to each area, are we gonna have to...
Ooh, that could have been bad, huh? Totally. But you know what? That demon woman? I think she might be in love with that human.
I mean, yeah, that's very obvious. Too bad we're gonna have to kill them both.
No, wait. Maybe she loves all of humanity, and that man is supposed to be a symbol of it or something. I don't know. Either way, it's kinda complicated. But that was love for sure. It's like how I love when you get all upset. You know? Just like that.
Seriously, what is Amano Zako's deal? Maybe us both having blue hair has some sort of significance.
But, yeah, never mind.
So yes, the first one is definitely that way. Alright. Nothing to do but to move into...
I'm pretty sure this is Hindu demon territory. Yeah, definitely is. Their leader's supposed to be this demon named Shiva, but I heard this other guy, Vasuki's the one running the show right now.
Wonder why that is.
Vasuki's like a big old snake or something, isn't he? Like Yamato no Orochi. Bet you he's a schemer. Never trust a snake, right? Totally.
What do you have to say? No salvation benefits this world more aptly than destruction. Lord Shiva has spoken thus. And a Yakshini, I think. What's up with her?
Yeah.
Lord Shiva has begun the rites of conjuring the Rudra Astra. Thus, for the moment, King Vasuki shall guide us in his stead. The Rudra Astra. Not sure what that is. We probably want to put a stop to it, though.
Hey,
Lifestone storage full, yep. And now we've got some hostile demons who want a piece of us. Should I not have just dropped down? Yeah. Let's loop back up.
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya?
I didn't get a good look at those demons over there. Luck incense. They are a bunch of, so we got Suiki, Kinki, Ongyoki. God, I can't remember which ones these are. But we gotta go past them. Oh, what does this Lowell want us to do? Can you hear that? The voices of humans turn husks, even after death. Probably the Mimon. I am traveling this land to soothe those soulless ghosts. I am Loa, spirit of ghosts. I ask for your cooperation. I approve of your willingness to help, then I wholeheartedly accept your offer. In order to allow these soulless ghosts to pass on, we will require a balm of life. Bring 2 to start. There was also somebody who wanted the gems that we've been collecting, which we gave them to, and now like a gem shop has opened up in the previous area. Yes, these are indeed the balm of life I asked for. Now these ghostly thoughts should return to their souls and disappear. You've done well. Take this as a reward. Oh, nice. And then a bit of XP. Sexy dance, which we willn't be learning. However, I still do not have enough balm of life. Should you bring me more, I shall reward you again. So we can exchange balms of life for bead chains here then. Fuki, I think this thing's name is. Ongyoki, Suiki, Kinki, and Fuki. And I think this one is Fuki. Uh-oh, it stepped up onto the thing. I was not expecting it to do that. Nope. Can't get us like that, buddy boy. We should be able to continue up this way. How do we get over there? These. This is trippy. Okay, we can't walk up there. Can we go around this and get up there? It's looking like, yeah, this is the path we originally came down. Or Maybe we've got to go further in. Okay, but this time instead of falling off the edge, yeah, let's stay on the sides. Whoa, a Cerberus. Okay. That Cerberus definitely wants a piece. I'm not gonna let it have a piece, though. Trying to see if there's higher ground we can get to.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey!
Can we finally fight it? Okay, Asaki Mitama. Yes, finally. 65. And it's weak to dark. Well, you picked a bad element to be weak to. 'Cause now you're friggin' dead. Antique shirt. So we've still got luck. We still have Karama Tengu, so we can boost the XP we get. So a few more of those and we'll be sitting pretty. Oh. A nice little pathway up. And it seems like this is going to be exactly what we needed to get set. Though if we die, we're going to have to start all over. Oh, a Memon. Oop, hold on. Cool. Hey, hey! No pushing! You better not. Real slippery. Huh? You no gonna push me? Aw. $151. If I see that we're losing, then I'll just smoke ball away, so. Alright, so there's the Fuki, a Garimakala, bunch of Garimakalas. Oh, Orangda, which I believe are weak to fire, but we don't want to use Fizz skills on them. It's either fire or elect.
Here.
We're at level 63. Yeah, it's fire and elect and light. Fire, elect, and light. There we go. That wind breath, though, it catches us with that, and we're in for a very bad time. And you actually cannot do anything. She's got Hama-on. But you... well... no force block. You've also got Hama-on. And you're not weak, so yeah, let's go for Yatagarasu. Now we are going... yep, to drop the Elect Gem. Oh, we don't need to. We've got Ruinous Thunder. What am I doing? Alright, what we don't want is for an Errant Wind Breath to completely annihilate us. And let's go for the Masukunda. Makarakarn. So, do we have someone with Safeguard? No one here. Alright, we're gonna change... we're gonna change Bisha Monten for Sibylle.
Let's go.
Because Sibylle's Safeguard will be what saves us here. Ha. Sibylle does not resist fire like I thought she would. I could have checked that, yes, but I did not. Alright, we'll just Hama-on. So as long as we've got Sibylle on deck, we'll be fine. One Ruinous Thunder. We definitely weren't supposed to turn pink in that one scene, but that's okay. And the Miragi Dine is kind of expensive, but it refunds us 10 at least. And we'll go for another Masukunda. One Makarakarn. And then gathering nearby Magatsuhi. We'll pass. So that she... She's good to fire. Wait. If she resists fire... We'll just have her use a fire shard then. $113, bro. But that's what we've got Diarahan for. Skills. Diarahan to make sure that she's safe. And now we can start fighting again. Okay. Bit of damage for you. She will obviously Miragi Dine. Moloch. It's gonna Agidine, and then we'll have Yatagarasu. It's either gonna... It hasn't used Nile Claw yet, but I don't want the Force... If we guess that we need Fizz Dampener and we're wrong about the Force Dampener, we're gonna be in for a bad time, so... Yep, we were right. Okay, Golden. And this time it didn't get the opportunity to Makarakarn. Oh, you know what? We should have turned the critical on. Alright, that's fine. We just missed out on one turn of it. Yeah, she can still crit. Alright, so that's what we'll be doing. Everybody get in there. Nice. We want big damage. Devastating damage. Yeah, the Hama-on definitely is needed here. One Ruinous Thunder. This one with the boost. 448. Now the only bad thing that could happen is for the Wind Breath to go off next turn. And for us to get hit by it. So even though we only actually get 6 turns of it all told, we're going to use our last Force Dampener here. Nice! We're not going to be able to end it this turn, which is fine. We'll have Tyrant. We'll have Moloch. Yeah, we're going to have Moloch drop its defense again. And then wheel Masukunda, because that's definitely what saved us. Moloch will be able to switch to items, so we'll still be able to keep attacking. 183. Not too shabby. We do have to give up a turn to Masukunda, though. Gotcha. Please don't kill the crap out of us. Well, we can magic mirror. We'll have Yatagarasu magic mirror. He will do this. Alright. I know it might be overkill, but one wind breath is all it would take for the entire tide of this battle to turn. Yep, and see, it would have hit us. Definitely not a bad investment. But geez, really hope it doesn't come to that again. We're trying to see if we can get this kill this turn. So everybody has to keep attacking. And that means no more elect shards. We want the elect gems. 149. Can we do it? It's coming down to the wire, but I think this might be a no. Or, hold on, I think I may have been a little less optimistic than I should have been. Yeah, we can definitely do this. Alright, elect gem. Nice, we got it. Okay. Smart item usage is really what won us the day there. $78 on the magic. Now let's see what we get. Art of Essence is 3. Okay, finally. And with that, because we really want to clear out these things first before we worry about anything else. Cadaver's Hollow, because he should have some new goodies for us that I definitely want to see.
You brought Maka? Nice work!
Large Glory Crystal times 2.
Looking to say.
All this is for you.
Need anything? Taking off.
Alright. So now let's go into the world of shadows and see what that Art of Essences is about, because I'm thinking we were wanting that next.
Welcome to
Apotheosis, learn miracles. Okay. Unlocks all essence skills, 50%. Definitely need this.
return.
So now we can get all skills from an essence rather than there being one that's off limits to us. So I mean, definitely that's good. Delicious. We are going to need to heal before we go for the next one. So recovery. There we go. Everybody get nice and recuperated. Oh, hold on. Let's go back into Cadaver's Hollow because you know what we're running low on? Items. Oh, we can buy ambrosias and muscle drinks now. For ambrosias, let's get 5 of them.
Say thanks.
And then shards.
Say thanks.
We should just get 10 of each. That might be a little expensive though. Yeah, this is getting expensive. Oh well. It's gonna be nice to have them and not need them, than need them and not have them.
Say thanks. Say thanks.
Alright, so we're 10'd up on all of them. Life Drain Gem we're not gonna get. Let's get 15 spyglasses. And 7 more smoke balls. Alright. And also be good to go on the dampeners too. I probably should have spent the glory on having this dude's prices. But the other ones, I can't shake the feeling that they'll have something good for us. What I'm really looking for is a 50% off. Well, either a 50% off on the on what we need from the thingamabob, a 50% off on summoning demons from the compendium, or if we can't get that,
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya?
then I don't even freaking know. Or more skill slots. That's the other thing that I was wanting. All right. Hopefully this takes us to maybe the one up top. Jeez. All right, so it's our turn, which is golden. And these are weak to Zahn, but I don't want to fight. What we're really wanting to do, the only thing we want to do is just make a beeline to
This'll do.
Make a beeline to the abscess. These are probably the last these are probably the last set of abscesses in the game, anyways. So once we've got these, then this should give us what we want. Is that a Clotho? No, it's a Queen. It's a Queen Mab.
Here you go. Hey,
Health Balm. That's actually for us. Oh, we've actually got a bunch of bombs that I haven't used yet for some reason. 387, 397, 407. Max MP increase. Why didn't I use these? Interesting. But we definitely need these. Watch, it turns out that like we're using them incorrectly or something like that. Alright. So now we are way stronger than we were previously. Way more stats to go around. Okay, getting close to this next abscess. Maybe. Alright. We've got to find a way up? No.
Oh, you want some?
We can just keep going forward, I think. Crap. Enemy turn. Nope. 13,000 Maka. No, sir. Critted us? Wow. Must be nice. Nope. Ducked out of the way. F out of here. Just like before, we're going to go ahead and smoke ball. Alright. So the abscess is back there. So should we have turned back there in order to get it? Nope.
Here you go.
How do we go up? That's what I'm trying to get. Nope, leave us alone. Okay, it looks like this is our way up. Most excellent.
This looks like the territory of the Greek demons, huh? Yup, must be. Gotta say though, not the biggest fan of those guys. It's like they think they're better than everyone else. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
Oh, but their leader, Zeus, is kind of a scoundrel. I can kinda relate to that, just a little bit.
What do you mean, Amano Zako?
Hey, you better not lose. Got it? Good.
Yeah, we're not trying to fight Zeus just yet. All in due time for all of that. Yeah, we follow this little walkway and we should get to exactly where we're trying to go. Clotho, Decorabia. If we fall off the side, that's not what we're trying to do. Oh, nice! Shinobazu Pond. We'll hold off on recovery. So I'm just hoping we'll find more Magatsuhi out and about. Nope. Right over there. No Magatsuhi to be found. Light of Order is probably a bit too much. Alright. Hecaton Kairos flying at us. And a Dekarabia. Nope. So, Scotty, Atavaka, Siegfried, and Barong. We're gonna have to spend our first turn spyglassing.
This'll do.
Weak to Zahn and Mudo. And then you. Weak to Zahn and Mudo. And Light. Since there's so many of them, we should have a leg up. Weak to Fire and Just Fire. Let's actually pass so that we can Masukunda. Might save us in the long run. The criticals, dude. Mazio dying. Instantly killed one of us. Alright. Not golden. We are definitely going to die. But at the very least, we can find out what makes him tick. Atavaka's last. Okay, so we need ice. I'm about to actually write this down so I don't forget. So, Atavaka is weak to ice. Okay. Atavaka. Weak. Ice. And then it knows White Draco Strike. And Mamuto own. Then. Oh, and I should also say it nulls. Weak Ice, Null, Light and Dark. Scotty is weak to Fire. Resists Ice. Null's Dark. And it knows Mabufudine. And Mamuto. Siegfried. Is weak to Zahn, Light and Dark. And then, what is that? It absorbs Fizz. And it's got Hades Blast and Mortal Jihad. And lastly, Barong. It is weak to Zahn and Dark. And then Knowles, Olek, and Light. And it knows Maziodyne and Damascus Claw. Now, let's identify who needs to die first. Probably Atavaka. We need someone good against Ice, Light, Dark, Fizz, and Alek. That's a lot. And it can only really be said of us. Yeah, she's a liability. Alright, I'll just lose and then we'll come back.